Good evening, everyone. It is Julie Hedges, and you have joined me this evening for the premiere, the first ever episode of Cosmic Conversations with Julie Hedges. Wow, brand new year, brand new decade, brand new show. I'm just so jazzed to be here this evening and on a brand new Facebook page, too. So lots of new going on in this brand new year of 2020. We finished up a whole decade. We finished up a whole slew of lessons and received a whole lot of blessings in that time. And so here we are. And this first show, welcome to the Cosmic Conversation. This first show is all about what's new. What's new with you this new year, new decade, new horizon, new you? So welcome. Just letting people come on in and join us here. I used to say on the tarot journey because for the last 5 years, I was broadcasting and the show host of first the Tarot Journey radio show and then the Tarot Journey Be Live show. And that finished up in December, that 5 years of working on the tarot journey. And now it's a cosmic conversation. It's broader and deeper, and it covers more of what my gifts and my horizons are holding for me. So welcome everyone who is right here in the chat room. I'm going to say hello to some folks as they are filing in, but I want to feature here this wonderful artwork that the Elm Elves have created for this new show, exploring the cosmos with cosmic conversations. Yes, it's the same time slot as before, but this is a brand new work, brand new part of who I am. And so thank you for coming on board and being here with me. So I'm going to say thank you to Neshi, our producer, and the Elms for creating that wonderful artwork. And it's also the banner for my new article series that's starting in Star Nations magazine, Cosmic Conversations. So all new things here this year. So thank you for being here. And I'm going to start off by asking if it's in your heart to sprinkle around this new show to someone who is on your news feed or on your friends list who might be interested in this cosmic conversation. It's spiritual wisdom for the modern mystic, blending this stellar information with earthly wisdom. So if you can think of somebody who might be interested in astrology, the Akashic records, numerology, and of course my work with the tarot, then please, I would ask you to think about sharing that, maybe on your timeline, maybe in a group, maybe to one of your friends in Messenger. So I'm going to share it right now and pull it up on my phone and really quick share it too. On my page. I'm going to share it over to the Tarot Journey page because, you know, I've been there for such a long time. So here we go, and sharing it around. And I want to say hello to some people who have joined us. So let's see here. Here's Neshi. Hi, Julie. Great to be here with you. Thank you for joining me this evening. Neshi has always been a cheerleader, a supporter, my go-to person, and thank you so much for being here on the premiere night. I appreciate that. Neshi also says that she's loving and sharing. Thank you so much for this cosmic conversation. And we have Lynn is here. Hi, Lynn. Thanks for stopping by for this cosmic conversation. And yes, here we have Neshi is sharing the information about the Star Nations magazine. So that's filled with articles from many contributing writers and show hosts who share their spiritual wisdom each and every month in Star Nations magazine, a global magazine that you can get in print form. You can get it in electronic form. You can read it on any of your devices and also on your PC. So right there, the link below, right there on the screen, check out Star Nations magazine. And we have Andrea, right? Hello, I'm glad you're here for a cosmic conversation. Thanks for stopping by. And Sandy, hello, thank you for being here. And Rochelle is here. All right, Rochelle, thank you. Long time fan, long time listener of Star Nations. Rochelle, thank you. Thank you for being here. Oh, so are you feeling like you're getting your feet on the ground with this new year, this new decade, this new you? There's a lot of this newness energy that is revving up for the start of this new decade. And who are you becoming? What do you want to become? That's what we're going to talk about a little bit here this evening. But first, as always, when we get together for these kind of deep spiritual conversations, we want to create a sacred container for spiritual work, for soul work that we're doing here tonight. All of us together in concert with one another, soul to soul, and inviting the wisdom to come in that is needed for our hearts and for our souls and for our empowerment. So I would ask you, if you would, to join me in your heart to do a little grounding and creating a sacred space, a sacred container for the good discussion and uplifting work that we're going to do here this evening. So just imagine your feet planted firmly on the ground and take a breath in and out and think firm in your heart. My feet are connected to Grandmother Earth and I am grounded. My whole body, my organs, cells, and bones are connected to my feet, connected to Grandmother Earth, and I am grounded. And all of my energy centers, my chakras and meridians, they are connected to my feet, connecting now into the heart of Grandmother Earth to be grounded. And I am grounded. I am grounded. And as we are grounded into this wonderful cradle of Grandmother Earth, we're going to call upon our sacred allies, our holy allies. Maybe for you, it would be angels. Maybe for you, it is the constellation stars of your zodiac sign. Maybe for you, you have a special spiritual team or the animal allies to call upon. Surrounding yourself in sacred space with your spiritual team, and also asking for beautiful, holy ray of divine light coming from the highest source, from God, from the universe, from all that is, to just stream down all around you, all around me, Oh, and anchor that down to the ground in this sacred of spaces. And we are grounded and in sacred space. And so it is. And so it is. So a couple other folks have joined us now. And I want to say, hi, Rob. He is driving. So keep your eyes on the road there. Thank you for joining in the car. And Christina, hello, lovely lady. How are you doing up there? Welcome. And we have Dawn Nelson. Thanks for coming on today. I appreciate seeing you. And Bobby is here. Hello. Thank you for being here. And Neshi, hi peeps. So good of you to be here and chat with all of us. And hi Angie. Ooh, I just love it. And my good friend Pat, my Qigong expert here, who's helping me get kind of into the groove of things with Qigong. Hi Pat, thanks for being here this evening, all on this new pathway of a cosmic conversation. So if you are wondering, where did this come about? Normally this is the tarot journey, and now it's the cosmic conversations. What is this about? Well, if you would like to kind of get a behind the scenes, last Tuesday, oh, I forget the date. Neshi, if you wouldn't mind putting it in the chat, the date of last Tuesday, I was a guest on Neshi's Tuesday night program, Communications from Home, which is all about Star Nation's new developments and announcements and features and all this cool stuff. I was a very lucky, honored guest on her program, and we talked about how did Cosmic Conversations come to be, and what does it really mean, and why the name. So I'm just going to give a brief summary of that after I get my water here. In this new decade, I'm really on the water kick. I'm going to turn down my sound just a little bit because there, let me know how that sound is, because I know that the computer sound kind of messes with the speaker just a little bit. So I'm turning down my sound to see how that will be for us. Okay, so in this new decade, I'm all about the water here. I am up to 5 liters a day, so that's over a gallon of water. My dear cousin from Boston, hey cuz, she is a science teacher in Boston, so welcome. And I wonder how cold it is up there, cuz. Let us know in the chat. Here it's 23. I know. Some of my northern folks, my friends who are in Michigan and Wisconsin and on the East Coast, who think 23, that's nothing. But I tell you what, we've been really spoiled here in southern Indiana where I am. It has been in the 40s and 50s. So 23 is, whew, a big change. So it's gotten down to be more temperate. This is really what it's supposed to be in January, but I've been enjoying the 50 degrees. But thank you, Rochelle. She says it sounds better. Good. Oh, okay, cuz she says it's 4 degrees right now. Whew, bless your heart. Bless your heart. And I bet you have a bazillion inches of snow. We don't have any snow here. It's been flurrying today, and the wind has been pretty nippy here. But water is very important. And I'm up to 5 liters a day, so I might have to take some breaks here and have some more of my water to get all of my water in for the day. So part of this cosmic conversation for me, this development, it started in the spring when I was thinking about the broader view, the expandedness of the work that I was doing and how I could translate that out. And that's also really when kind of my own water regimen started last year, about springtime. And it's been slowly building, and now I'm up to 5 liters a day. I keep saying that because I'm pretty proud of that. Before I couldn't even imagine myself drinking one of these. I thought, how could anybody, oops, I probably shouldn't use the product view, so I'll try to keep the product name out of it. I don't know. I don't know if Facebook has a problem with that, but I couldn't imagine anyone drinking this much water. That's just me. Now, I know plenty of people do it, but I just thought, who drinks that much water? But slowly I've been building up to that. So I have been developing over the summer, and so has Cosmic Conversations. Now, this title shouldn't be all that new to us because I've been putting it in there as I've been doing my off-week live streams. So I was doing Thanksgiving Thursday live streams in the summertime. And so you've probably heard me say Cosmic Conversation on the Tarot Journey. So I've been kind of planting those seeds as it has been developing. But it actually really took root in September, late September, early October, when I got it all on paper and I gave it to Neshi and she gave it to the elves and said, here, create this. So that's when it's just all started, you know, the pot started stirring together and it started to become its own casserole that we see now. So it took all those months of internal work and also help from others to get to where we are right now in the Cosmic Conversation. Thank you for your patience here as I drink my water. Rob says he drinks about 1 gallon a day. That's awesome. That is truly awesome. I have heard, and I don't know, maybe somebody out there can help me out, but I have heard that if you take your body weight and divide it in half, and that's how many ounces of water per day that you need just to be hydrated, just for your body to function as it should. You know, all of your cells and all of the tissues and everything just to do their jobs. And I'd also heard, and I wasn't sure about this, but I also heard that even iced tea and coffees, though they have some water content, were not considered water because of the caffeine. So just water, all that water in your system just to do the basic jobs. And then if you are wanting to do some detox work and some flushing work of your physical body as well as your electrical system, then more water is required. So, interesting little note. So that's awesome, Rob, that you are drinking about 1 gallon a day. I just, you know, cheers to you, definitely. Let's see here. Neshi is saying, if you would like to follow Cosmic Conversations and on a laptop, click the follow button in the upper right-hand corner. The bell icon will get notifications when when Julie posts items on her page. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, get that little dingy bell, and yeah, thanks for following me on this Cosmic Conversation. Caffeine is a diuretic. Thanks, Rob. Thank you. Yeah, that caffeine is kind of flushes that water out of the body, doesn't let it get into those cells. So let's talk tonight about our topic, which is what's new? What's new? What's new with you? What is 2020 all about for you? And it's exciting that this show is tonight because not only do we have a new year, we have a new decade, but just today, the sun, our dear sun in the sky, has moved to a new zodiac sign. So what's that mean? Well, you know, it takes the sun 365 days to go around in its orbit, and it spends approximately 30 days in a section of the sky. So all of those degrees, those 365 degrees, well, the ancient Babylonians and then the Greeks have identified those as what we would call the Western zodiac. So they've divided them up into these 12 signs of about 30 increments. And so for about 30 days, the sun spends his time in a new zodiac sign. And basically, the energetic sense of this is the sun is our consciousness. The sun helps us see, helps us realize, helps things grow. So it's this ability we have to recognize and become really aware of our surroundings and aware of ourselves. Because if we don't have that light, we can't see, we can't realize that. So the sun is our realization, it's our conscious awareness, that ability to be aware of ourselves and our whole environment. So when the sun, our conscious awareness, moves into a different part of the sky, especially in astrology, we think of that moving into a new mansion, a new home, where you have new awarenesses, new consciousness, new ideas that are at the forefront. And so just today, the sun moved into the mansion of, the home of, the place of Aquarius, the water bearer, just today. So new year, new decade, new sign in the zodiac. So what does that really mean? That, okay, the sun moves to a new sign. Well, Aquarius is about the cosmic awareness. And what a better way to talk about our connection to the cosmos than when we have the sun moving into the sign of cosmic exploration. So even beyond our own solar system, all of the planets and stars that are right here in our hometown, right here in our neighborhood, this is cosmic awareness from the vast expanses of space and the vast expanses of our inner space. So we also have the opportunity in this time to become very aware of our inner space. Those places that, how do I want to say, those places in us that are not often explored. How about that? There is this sense of time to really explore space, the space around us and the space within us. And I just want to say a quick hello to Connie Botter. Thank you for being here tonight for Cosmic Conversations on the Tarot Journey. Well, I'm sorry, we did have the Tarot Journey. Now it's just Cosmic Conversations. That good water, I need it to refresh my system. So one of the things I wanted to talk about here this evening before we get into our readings, because that's still a big part of this work that I do. I love connecting with you and providing some little insights for you, just an encouraging word, an empowering, uplifting sweet guidance for you until the next time we get to be together in this sacred container of cosmic conversation. So we're going to get to that in a minute, but I wanted to give us all something to consider. So maybe tonight or this week or whenever you have your own quiet time, when you sit in your own sacred space, when you are maybe meditating and praying and journaling. I do a lot of journaling. That's how a lot of information comes from the inner space of me and out, where I become consciously aware. It's brought to my awareness from inner space by doing journaling. Maybe for you, it's something different. Maybe it's artwork. Maybe it's taking a walk in nature. Maybe it's singing and chanting or praying or meditating. All of those are wonderful, fine. So I'm going to invite you in your time of doing that, whatever it is that really brings your inner space into your true awareness and connection to that, in that exploring that space. What kind of year is 2020 for you? And Spirit gave me this to talk about it in 3 different ways. So, is this an imagining year for you? A dreaming year, a year to formulate ideas, kind of a formulation, a foundation year for you? Is this a manifesting year for you? Is this the time for you to see the flowers bloom of the seeds that you've planted before, where things are really coming to bloom, coming to fruition? Here you've got the fruit ripening all over the vine, the manifesting of all of the seeds and the ideas and the creative endeavors that you have really planted before. Is it a manifesting year for you? And finally, the third thing is it a maturing year for you? So, have you already planted the seeds, done the dream work? Have you already seen the flowers bloom? Have you already had the fruit ripening on the vine? And now you are really digesting all of the goodness that has manifested. And then you're also separating out. So when we get to the harvest season, we'll say, some of the fruit is harvested and eaten or canned or whatever, and some of that fruit is let to ripen a little extra so that it's easier to get to the seeds inside, so that next year's planting season you have seeds for that fruit. So is it that time when you're going through and you're harvesting the seeds from what was, so that you can plant them at another time? So is it a maturing season for you? Have you dreamed? Have you had the fruits of that? And then are you harvesting and releasing in time for the next planting season? So just kind of 3 ways to think about this year. Is this an imagining year? Is this a manifesting year? Is this a maturing year? And so those are some really good ways to think about the seasons of our life. And I love that. Neshi has shared. And Neshi, if you could put this up on in the chat room, I would love it. The link to this Star Nations Academy workshop series that Neshi and Polly Jolabay and Ed Langdon and Marine Man are going to do on the East Coast. They're going to be doing some teleclasses here in the winter and early spring. And then in the springtime, they're hosting a weekend extravaganza of manifesting. So if you feel like you are in the place of, I'm ready for all my seeds to just bloom and really come to life and be fruitful, I'm in a manifesting stage, and I'm going to invite you to really take a look at that. Take a look at the teleclasses. Take a look at going out there for the weekend, and it's going to be hosted at Trinity Healing Sanctuaries in Haydenville, Massachusetts. So, yeah, as soon as Neshi is able to get that into the chat room, it takes a couple minutes for me to see it as it comes up. I will put it across the page there. The last one that I see is Connie's greeting. So I've thought about this topic for myself as I was preparing it. You know, Spirit gave me this to talk about. Is this an imagining year, a manifesting year, or a maturing year for you? And so it has been on my mind and in my heart to explore what that means for me. So in just a second, I'm going to share that. But here we have Neshi is sharing with us registration for the online classes about manifesting and the in-person weekend for manifesting will be available on the Star Nations Academy tab of starnations.org. So just hang with us for another couple of days, and they will have that up so you can start taking a look at it, start thinking about it, start really tuning into your heart and tuning into that question of, what kind of year is this for me? Is this an imagination seed planting year? Is this the time when I'm going to bring forth my ideas and manifest them? Am I going to work on those manifesting skills? Or is this a maturing year where I've had these wonderful things manifest, and now it's time to harvest seeds for the next planting season? Really feel that in your heart. Feel where that is for you, and invite you to take a look at that link right there. I'm going to leave it up for another minute or so you can kind of get that in your mind and remember to go to the Star Nations tab. For myself, I've been thinking about this question. What kind of year is 2020? And actually, it's really interesting because my guides, my spiritual team has really started me on that back in September, thinking about what is this new time going to be for me. And for myself, I'm in an imagining phase. I'm in a time for myself where I'm gathering the seeds and I'm thinking about, what do I want to plant where? Is this where I want to have the corn? Is this where I want to have the peas? Is this where I want to have the lettuce? You know, or something thereabouts, right? What kinds of things do I want to plant in my life? Do I want to get started on my next book? Do I want to plan an oracle deck? Do I want to focus on more teleclasses? What do I want to plant the seeds for? That's this year for me. So for yourself, as you are in your own time of journaling and maybe praying and meditating and figuring out in your inner space, what is this year for you? What is this year for you? Oh, and I love it. Thank you. Some of you are sharing what kind of year it is for you. So I'm going to get these up on the screen. Rob is saying it's a year of hindsight. year of hindsight. So I would say that in talking about the three different categories, hindsight I would consider a maturing year, where you have planted seeds, you have seen them grow, and now you are reviewing the kinds of things that have been brought forth, the fruits of your previous labor, and taking stock of, okay, well, I planted this much corn, and this much grew, and this is what happened. Or I had corn and peas and carrots, but next time I want to do more carrots, or whatever that is. You know what I mean. So on your spiritual journey, or maybe even literally in your garden. And Andrea is saying, I hope for this to be a manifesting year for me. Awesome. Awesome. So Andrea, then you might want to check out in the next few days the Academy page on starnations.org to see when the teleclasses are going to be up. It's going to be a bundle of classes featuring Neshi and Polly Jo LeBay and Maureen Mann and Ed Langdon. Each are going to do a section of those teleclasses, and then the whole weekend is going to be a manifesting weekend. So you might want to watch for that. Anybody else you can share with me what kind of year it is for you? And tonight, I want to share with you some of my favorite cards. I really like these Universal Wisdom cards. The cards and the artwork are by Tony Carmine Salerno. I just love these cards. And he is, let me pull this up real quick. He is the publisher of Blue Angel, right there, blueangelonline.com. And Blue Angel is kind of like, what I think of Blue Angel, it's kind of like the Hay House of Australia. That's what I think of. They have a lot of metaphysical type books and lots of cards. So Blue Angel Publishing, I think of it like the Hay House, you know, Louise Hay. Think of it as the Hay House of Australia. So I'm going to open it up here for anyone who would like a live mini reading here on this cosmic conversation discussion, and thinking about what kind of year is it for you? Is it an imagining year? This new year, this new decade, this brand new month of starting in the mansion of Aquarius, where we can explore the space out there and our inner space. Is it an imagining year for you? Is it a manifesting year for you? Is it a maturing year for you? And I'm shuffling. The way it works for me is I shuffle it and the right one pops out, and that is your card. So if you would like a card for this evening, then please just note below, card please, yes please, and hello, I'd like a card, yeah, and I will go ahead and get started. And just as another note, it takes, about a 5-second delay or so for you typing in and for me seeing it on the screen. So because I'm producing my own show here this evening, what I'm going to do is follow along on how it pops up on my screen. So if you have put it in and for some reason you don't hear me pull your card or hear what I say, then you know, you can put it in again. But the first one I see is Andrea, I want to make sure that I get everybody. So Andrea, let's get a card for you this evening. And I shuffle until the right one pops up. And so for you, the card of purity. Purity. And what the message is coming through is you stepping into a new energetic vibration of love. And that is really awesome for a new year, a new you, a new vibration of love. And so understanding that as you are stepping into this new vibration of love, this new tuning of you, that things that are not tuned to the new you, that are out of resonance, will fall away. They will just kind of peter out. So if you've ever been to maybe a drum circle and one drum has started and then you can feel it in the other drums too, they all get into that resonance. So you are coming into a new resonance, a new sound. So you're singing a new song of life. And things that are part of that new song of life will just be drawn right to you, kind of like a magnet. And those things that are beating to a different drum will just kind of fall away and go their own path. So watch for new things coming in and some things going out. Wonderful. Lots of new for you. So thanks, Andrea, for being here tonight. And Dawn is asking for a card, please. Yes. Let's get the right one for you. Ooh. Oh, this is pretty. Blue Angel. Blue Angel. And the message is coming through very strongly in my left ear. Spirit speaks in my left ear. That the message very strongly is to have quiet time to listen to your angels. Your angels are very, very close to you. And they so much want to give you messages of upliftment and encouragement. But we have to sometimes shut out the noise of the world and the Twitter feed and the Netflix and the news channels and even the car radio sometimes, and just listen to those messages of love. So one of my favorite ways to listen to the messages of love is to take a walk out in nature and listen to the birds. What kind of songs are they singing? And maybe that's a message of love, or the wind rustling through the trees. So getting quiet and listening to your angels, Dawn. That is the message coming through this evening. All right, Connie would like a card. Definitely. Let's get you a card here. So shuffling until the right one comes up for you. Oh, this is a beautiful one. It's Aradia. Aradia was a figure of mythology who was really attuned to the earth wisdoms, and kind of didn't really fit in. And she kind of walked her own path and did her own thing and understood our true connection to the earth. So the earth rhythms are really waking up for you. And what I'm feeling is the bottom of my feet getting warm, which means that your feet are waking up to new messages. So spiritual information is going to be coming through your feet. So when you step on holy ground, you will absolutely know it. And part of that is claiming your own self, your own space as holy ground. Ooh, that is a strong message. Claiming your own ground as holy ground. Good one. All right, Connie. And Lynn. Lynn is asking for a card. Yes, yes. Let me shuffle, shuffle. I shuffle until the right one pops up. So that's what I'm doing as I'm looking down. I'm looking for the card that's going to pop up. And when it pops up, I mean, it just whoop, pops way up on the deck. And so I know that's the one that is for you. And this one is floating memories. I love that. The message that I'm getting in conjunction with this card is about paying attention to the stars of your birth. So if you have ever read your horoscope is for the sign that the sun was in when you were born. So it's like, I'm an Aries, or I'm a Scorpio, or I'm a Capricorn, or I'm an Aquarius. You know, this month today starts the month of Aquarius. So anybody born January 20th to about February 19th or 20th can be an Aquarius. So wherever the sun was at the time when you were born, those are your star signs, the stars that you are under. So paying attention to where you come from in the cosmos. It is said that we come through that star portal, whatever that sign is for you. I know some out there are Sagittarius or Gemini. You come through that star portal of Gemini onto the earth plane. You come through that star portal of Sagittarius onto the earth plane. So for you, Lynn, whatever that configuration of stars that you were born under, you came through that portal. And so do you feel a resonance with that, those stars? To really align with that. And so part of that is encouraging you to look at the astrology of when you were born. Yeah, good one. All righty. And thank you. And here we have, oh, I'm trying to get you there, Christina. And just so you know, I'm going to work through the list. And, you know, I'm going to go until everybody who is here and has raised a hand gets a card. So like I said, I'm going down the list that I see here on my screen, but if you typed it in and for some reason it doesn't get up here, please type in again because I want to make sure that we get you on, okay? So Christina, here's for you. Here's for you. I'm shuffling until I get the right one pop up just for you. Okay. Ooh, I love this. Lady of the Rose. The message here that's coming through the Lady of the Rose, this really aligns a whole lot with Mother Mary energy for me. And so she is speaking in my left ear and telling me that all of the really hard lessons that you've had, that's the word she is using. The hard lessons that you have had are blooming into the most beautiful rose in your heart. And those hard lessons that you've learned, kind of like a hard knock life. Remember that song from Annie? It's a hard knock life for us. So those hard knock lessons that you've had are blooming into the most beautiful flower because that is deepening and broadening your spiritual work. And I tell you what, this was one of the challenging lessons for me as a healer and a seer to learn, is that some of these things that we have as really hard lessons are not just for our own soul's growth, but so we can be a messenger of hope and encouragement to other people. It's kind of like tenderizing the meat so it makes it tender and soft, but how do you tenderize it? You kind of just beat the tar out of it, right? Have you ever seen a meat tenderizer? Yeah. So it becomes tender and soft. It gets hard knocks. So the message is those hard knock lessons that you've had, especially in the last 18 months, are blooming the most beautiful roses, and I can smell them right now. So they're here. Keeping that heart open. Yeah, I can smell them right now. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's see here. So thank you for being on this evening. Rob is asking for a card. Definitely. Let me take a quick drink here. I'm really warm. Thank you. That will be my third liter of the day, so I'm a little bit behind, but I will get all my water in for the day. Thank you, Rob, for your patience while I had my water break. Ooh, this is a good one. Okay, for you, Rob, it's Blue Angel. It's Blue Angel. And very similarly, the message that's coming through is to listen very intently to the angels that want to give you some really, how do I want to say this? Really highly attuned spiritual information. Some really complex things that your brain can understand, but it's very complex information. And so there's this sense of getting quiet and getting aligned so you can hear the information coming through. And it's interesting that I'm hearing a humming. So I don't know if you are a person who can work with white noise or work with just a very low hum. But if that noise is going, it kind of allows the conscious brain to take a break and let deeper, more complex spiritual type of frequencies to come in. So maybe you do some humming, or even road noise. You know, when you get on the road and you hear the tires moving and kind of a hum that way, or a white noise that sounds like a humming, to allow some really complex concepts to come through. They want to come through for you. So that's your message tonight, Rob. And thank you for being on tonight. Sandy is asking for a card. Sure thing. Absolutely. So again, I shuffle until I get the right card. It pops right out. So I've got to watch and make sure it's popping out for us. And here we go. Okay. Intention. I love that. Intention is everything. So this is all about, the message that's coming through for you, Sandy, is this is all about the year of intentions, but not the year of rules. I think some of us, when we come to the place of New Year's resolutions, for example, we say, okay, these 5 things I've got to do this year. I've just got to get in line with this, and this. So we kind of make these rules about things like, I'm going to eat vegetables every day, or I'm going to go to the gym 5 times a week, or this is the rule about this, that is the rule about that. We kind of make these rules for ourselves, and we can get a little bit rigid with them. And what happens if we make a lot of rules for our kids? Well, they don't want to follow them. If we have lists of the commandments at home, all of the things that you have to do, well, just like we do for our kids, where we give them rewards, like, okay, if you do 5 chores, then you get an hour of Xbox tonight, or an hour of Netflix, or whatever the reward is. When we make these rules, we've also got to make some benefits. So if you are a person who finds yourself thinking in terms of rules of I gotta's, I shoulds, I must, that's fine. If that really kind of anchors you into the intentions that you want to have, but also include in there I get to's. If I gotta fold my clothes tonight, then I get to eat a Haagen-Dazs bar. Something, whatever that is, whatever your little benefit, your little reward, your little gift is. So when you're building your intentions or changing your intentions for this year, be a little softer and allow the rules to become places in which that you have work and play, kind of that balance. So there you go. And Miss Pat, oh, there you are with your hat on. I love you and your little hat. So yes, Miss Pat, let's get you a card. And I'm shuffling. This one is very popular tonight. This is Blue Angel again. Blue Angel. And Pat, the message that is coming through for you with Blue Angel is healing information. Just a healing path of love. Your angels really want to convey to you beautiful healing words of encouragement. And also, I don't know if you are a Reiki practitioner or a Reiki master. I know that you work with the healing frequencies of the tuning forks, but just your bare hands are really conducive to tending to the energies, to soothing energies, to feeling the energies, to subtly moving the energies. So Reiki is a wonderful tool for you there. I'm trying to keep it out of the glare. Yeah, the angels really want to give you some positive healing words of encouragement. And just also that your hands are wonderful conduits of healing energies that you can use for yourself and others. So good stuff. All right. And thanks for being here tonight, Pat. Jackie is here. Jackie, thanks for being here. I appreciate that. Joining me for a cosmic conversation. And we still have a couple minutes, but like I said, I'm going to go maybe over just a couple minutes because I want to make sure that everyone who would like to have a card tonight gets that opportunity. Oh boy, Jackie, yours completely flipped out of the deck. It just flipped right over, right in my lap. So this is beautiful. Turquoise sea. Turquoise sea. It's time for you to plan a getaway, either a gal pal getaway or a solo getaway or someplace where you can just have a retreat. To me, it feels like the ocean, where you can get those wonderful sea salts and those ions in the air. There's just something special about it. But if that's not the place where you really feel like, that's your restful retreat, then whatever that place is for you, that's the restful retreat, just please allow yourself to plan that. At least 3 days. Maybe it's a cruise. Yeah. Go ahead and plan it. Plan it into the schedule before it gets filled with all the other bazillions of quadrillions of things that need to get done this year. Put that in there, please. Yes, the angels are saying, please schedule that. That's a good one. And Angie says, please, yes, I will be glad to get a card for you. I'm shuffling. Shuffling, shuffling, shuffling. This one came up. Let me get a drink real quick. Thank you all for your patience while I have to get my drink. Angie, for you, it's Oceana. Oceana. This year, what I'm being shown is taking a deep dive into the waters of spirit and really becoming aware of your emotional nature and honoring of your emotional nature. So feeling what you feel and being with those feelings. Allow them to have their moment and pass. You know, whoops, I'm sorry. There we go. I'm trying to get it out of the glare. So allow your feelings to have their moment, to have their say, and then they can be on their way. You know, if it feels like a challenging emotion, maybe a sorrow or a grief or something, letting it have its moment and letting it go. But taking a deep dive into your feelings this year. That's brave work. But the angels are all right there around you. And you can always call upon Archangel Michael. He's the protector angel, but he also carries the flaming sword of truth. Now I see Marine Man here in the chat room too. And if there's anything that I missed about Archangel Michael that you would like to share with Angie, then please, she's the angel expert. So, but Archangel Michael definitely is a wonderful protector angel that you can always call on if it feels like you're kind of on the rough seas. Yeah. I always imagine him with his flaming sword of truth, and he cuts through anything that is confusing, and he just kind of sears it right down the middle. So that's the truth. Yeah. So there you go. Dawn says, thank you very much. Many blessings. You are welcome. You are so welcome. And here she is, the angel lady herself. She is the show host of Angel Therapies on Star Nation's live stream shows. And she is one who is also going to be part of the manifesting teleclasses and the on-site weekend in Massachusetts. Yes, so manifesting with the angels, I think, is what she is going to be sharing. But you, my dear, your card is, it says past life. And I just felt this whoosh. It felt like ancient air coming through, this power of the ancestral lineage coming through. And it feels like the feminine energy coming through your dad's line, if that makes sense. So your dad's mother, your grandmother on your dad's side, and those ancestors on your father's side coming through. One of my favorite quotes about the ancestors comes from writer Linda Hogan. And this is just so profound for me. She says, suddenly, all my ancestors were behind me. Be still, they say. Watch and listen. You are the result of the love of thousands. And I feel that. I feel the breath of thousands coming through for you. Wow. Oof. Andrea says that card was perfect, just what she needed. Connie says she's an earth sign Virgo. Awesome. So connecting to those energies of Virgo. Lynn there you are. Lynn is a Taurus. Angie is a Taurus. Lynn, you are so welcome. Connie says, welcome for a great show. Oh, Bonnie would like a card. Absolutely. 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 Let's see. What's coming up for you? Om. Om. Ooh. Om is the sound of creation. It's the vibration of the primordial substance. You know, I love it. The Bible says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was good. God said, let there be light, and there was light. That's Genesis. I think it's John that says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was good. So this Om, this word of creation. So I'm going to invite you to bring in the Om, the sound of creation, into your life by listening to it, by chanting it, by saying it, maybe in the shower. Om, Om, Om. Bringing in that sound of creation for a manifesting year. Yeah, yeah. And Christina says, beautiful message. Thank you, Julie. You are absolutely welcome. Rob says, thank you, Julie. You are welcome. And let's see here. Oh, thanks, Pat. She confirms that she's had Reiki too. You are welcome. Oh, thank you, Maureen. She says, great synopsis of Archangel Michael. Awesome. And Jackie says, thank you. Exactly what I've been sensing myself, and you just confirmed it. Oh, I love that when Spirit allows my mouth to open and something meaningful comes out that's just for you, that just really resonates. Oh, ooh, looky here, looky here. Okay. Online class, Manifesting Weekend, a launch into the deep waters of manifesting, February to May, with the 4 cornerstone classes, and then the online weekend. I wish I could get it. I wish I could get it. I don't know that I can pull up the whole thing, but hopefully you can see Neshi's full quote there in the chat room. So I invite you to take a look at it there. Maureen says, that's amazing. I've been intensely doing healing work on my dad's lineage lately. Whew, awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. And Bonnie says, perfect. Oh, yes, perfect. If I miss anybody, please let me know. So while we're winding up here, I want to just let you know that I am doing a special. I'm only doing 5 of these sessions. And so I have just very limited amount of openings left. It's this karmic conversation. So the astrology of 2020 is looking at your star chart and really seeing from your internal solar system, where are you manifesting? Where are you imagining? Where are you maturing this year? What are your karmic lessons and blessings coming up for 2020? This is a big year. This is a big year for the entire world, the universe. But for you, how does it work with you, with your stars, with your inner scape? What's it going to be for you? So I'm offering 5 of these sessions. You can get an hour-long session. You can get a half an hour session. But I'm going to look at your star chart and take a really good look at what are your karmic lessons that are coming up. And karmic lessons are those that These are choices that we have made long ago, maybe even before we came into this earthly body this time. So it brings us the results of its cause and effect, the effects of that. So what are those lessons that are coming that we get to mend some things about ourselves? We get to grow, we get to understand. And what are those blessings? Because some of our choices have brought us some really good rewards. And what are those? What can we look forward to for this year? So I'm doing 5 of these sessions. You can email me. You can choose a half an hour or an hour. You will get a star chart and a packet to refer to your karmic conversation throughout the year. So I just wanted to leave you with that. And I don't see any other messages to have a reading. Oh, here we go. Yes. And Neshi says, thank you. So putting up my website, forsoulempowerment.com. Yes, yes. And I also have a link to the, I have a link to this on the Cosmic Conversations Facebook page. So you can go there with some more deets. And because I have a brand new show, and it's a brand new decade and a brand new year, we always close the show to really kind of bring it around. And so as we close the show, we close a sacred space. And I used to close my shows in a certain way, but now that needs to evolve as well. And so you're going to hear me from now on close the show with Om Tat Sat. And I am going to type that in real quick so you can see it. There, sorry about the tippy tapping of there. Om Tat Sat. So we talked about Om is the sound of the universe. Tat is that. And Sat is truth. All that truth. And so the thing about Sanskrit is each syllable can be like a paragraph of translation. But the best way that I think of this Om Tat Sat is all that is. Some people say that about Source or God, all that is. And so it can be an affirmation for ourselves, Om Tat Sat, all that is good in me, all that is peaceful in me, all that is smart in me, all that is evolving in me, all that is joyful in me, all that is learning in me. Om Tat Sat. I am that. I am all that is. Om Tat Sat. So, as I close out this show and close out our very first cosmic conversation, I close with Om Tat Sat. All that is good, all that is purposeful, all that is manifesting, all that is maturing, and all that is imagining, all that is you, and all that is. So thank you for joining me. Om Tat Sat, and good night.